Fire authorities say over 40,000 acres have already burned in the blazes and are still not contained. The sleepy community of Pacific Palisades has been utterly destroyed by these fires, leaving thousands of families homeless, including the rabbis of Pacific Palisades Kehillat Israel synagogue. Joining us now from Pacific Palisades is Rabbi Amy Bernstein, the senior rabbi of Kehillat Israel in Pacific Palisades. First of all, thank you for being here, and I'm sorry it has to be under such a dire and tragic circumstances. And I want to personally send, my respect for the fact that you yourself, being the leader of a Jewish community and also being the victim of losing your own home, I cannot imagine the waves of emotions you're feeling.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, obviously, ranging from incredible gratitude to be here. We're the Jewish people. We know that life is the most important thing. So to be here at all is, I'm grateful, and holding at the same time the incredibly hard, awful, devastating, existential loss of everything that was testimony to my past, to my parents' pasts, to my own history that I was going to have to give to my daughter, so that she had things, touchstones back to those generations and to those stories, and that's all gone. So it's
wow,
from gratitude to pain, pretty quickly.
Well, and not only having that kind of pain, but, it's still ongoing. The nightmare is still ongoing. The fire is still not out. And you have a community of also people that are technically homeless, and you don't have a synagogue yet to go back to. But we did see the images that was sent by Cantor Frankel of your being allowed into the synagogue, and the, I guess, the surprise and the miraculous fact that the synagogue is still standing. I imagine that just added to the emotion, but this time a little bit different than your home, huh?
Yeah, it did. It was very emotional to go there. We got a pass, through Jacob Sobroth with his press pass. We were able to enter the synagogue, and there's just no words for the incredible, overwhelming feeling that home, our home, is still standing, because everything else for many of us is gone. So to see that KI was standing when so much around it was burned to the ground was an incredible feeling of safety in this catastrophe where nothing was safe. Remains in so many ways.
It really is a miracle in so many ways, but at the same time, you also, you were saying before when we spoke, I mean, there were windows open, you came to a lot of debris and soot, and that's, even more impactful, knowing that it's coming from homes of people that you know and yourself.
Yeah, so that soot, those ashes on the floor of the synagogue is the life of our community in terms of everything that we had and had built, many of us over a lifetime. And to see that on the floor was profound. And this is the story of the Jewish people. That is not lost on me, that this is the story of the Jewish people for 3,000 years, is that it burns to the ground and we somehow clean it up and start again. And that's what we do over and over and over and over again. And we're going to have to do it this time too. And we will. That is who we are. Resiliency is baked into who we are. It's hard. The Jewish people has never shied away from saying how hard the work is to rebuild, and how hard it is to maintain energy and hope and, motivation and all of those things. But we also are a people who just digs deep when we have to, and we do it. We rebuild. And as my colleague, Ed Feinstein, said so beautifully in a talk a few years ago, we are the 10th of Av Jews, the Jews who rebuild after the 9th of Av, start on the 10th of Av.
Yep.
And that's what we're doing. We're already starting to figure out how to be together in this, how to build momentum and some kind of forward energy, because it's going to take so much work. But the work has begun. This is the 10th of Av.
Wow, it's just, it's a very interesting analogy that you're making. And then also the 10th of Av, then you have the 14th of Av, and you have Tu B'Av. I guess this is also part of the journey of the Jewish people. You know, every holiday, it's we're depressed, we're happy, we're depressed, we don't eat. I mean, this is also in a way where comedy started as well, you know, back in the days of the Borscht Belt and beyond. There's just something about the spirit that's just part of the glow of what we have done over so many years. So talk about that community and how those that have lost their homes and the fact you have this central location will provide a sanctuary during this time of grief and mourning.
We came through COVID living in lots of different places and somehow holding together as a community. So that really did tell me it's possible to stay together as a community, even though we can't be together, all of us together in the same room when we want to be. So we have technologies from COVID that are going to help. That are going to help us be able to stay together. So that when we had the service Friday night at Sinai Temple, you know, even though there was over 250 of us in the room, there were way more online. And so, you know, people now, we have the technology in place to allow people to join us from wherever they are, and we're going to need that. And I think without the structure of KI standing, I don't know, like, but what I know is we have something to show people to say, we're coming back and we'll have a place to be together again. The place that we've celebrated and mourned so many times on so many occasions, we'll have it again. So that symbol is really important, I think, for people to believe it's possible for us to rebuild.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much, Rabbi Bernstein, for joining us, given that you're right in the thick of it and taking care of so many people. And we're sending you endless love and prayers for getting through this challenging time.
Thank you so much. And thank you, all of you who have expressed your care and concern for us. It makes us aware that we are part of a people. Then truly we are part of a people. People are reaching out from everywhere. And there's something so moving and so comforting about that. So thank you all for your care and wanting to hear from us.